All right, I want to welcome everybody to tonight's Zoom presentation. I have the honor and privilege of representing the Herb and Patty Cepeda team on Monday nights, where we do a weekly Zoom meeting where we present Isagenix, both as a business and the products. This is a picture of yours truly. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen, which I don't think I am. That always helps. There you go. You do not have to be the sharpest knife in the drawer to be successful in Isagenix. I'm going to prove that to you tonight. I started with Isagenix, and I basically was able to release 23 pounds in a very short period of time. I went from a 38 waist to a 34 waist. I was actually out playing football with my little grandson on my driveway, and all of a sudden I heard ting, 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 and I was like, what is that noise? And I realized my wedding band had fallen off my hand because my body had shrunk, and it's a wonderful thing. Got a new wardrobe, and then about a year ago, my wife and I decided, let's take this to the next level. We'd lost the body fat. We got down to our ideal weight. Let's get back to the shape we used to be in as athletes back in high school. And so literally we joined a gym, we started working out, and the 4 inches that I took off my waist went to my biceps, 2 to each side. And so my wife and I have been really excited about that, and she's got in phenomenal shape too. So we've had the full transformation here with Isagenix. We went from a little bit of a fat boy there on the left to skinny but no real muscle in the middle, because I did my weight loss, literally, ladies and gentlemen, I did that with no exercise and no dieting. In fact, I volunteered to be the poster child for no exercise, but then when I started getting all this good nutrition in my body, I had this craving to exercise again, which I hadn't had in a long time, but now you can't keep me out of the gym. I absolutely love it. So that's my product story. I'll share a little bit more about my income story at the end of our call today, so I tell you just a little bit about the income opportunity, because when you choose the right company, there's really 5 categories you want to look at. And we're going to touch on all 5 of these in this short presentation. The first is the company. Is it financially sound? Do they have the right leadership, the experience to be successful long-term? The products. Are they a consumable product? Are they an emotional product where people are going to want to buy them over and over again, whether they're in the business or not? The compensation plan. I'm not going to talk a lot about the compensation plan tonight, but I do think at the end of our presentation tonight, I'll share enough to where you'll know that if you choose to do this as a business, you are in the right place at the right time. Then you've got the system. Again, I'll save that for the very end, but I will tell you, between the Isagenix system and the Herb and Patty Cepeda system, which we're all a part of, there is no better vehicle for you to be successful, whether it be just as a customer or a customer and business builder both. And then timing. I've been the #1 income earner with 4 different smaller companies in my network marketing career. And, it always sounded so good to me to be part of a startup. I used to think that was so cool to be part of a startup. You're going to be on the ground floor and build this business from scratch up. The problem is the high 90%. I don't know if it's 95 or 98 or 99%, but it's a very high 90% level of those companies that start never make it even 5 years. And so with that being said, 3 of the 4 companies that I was #1 income earner are no longer in business. And so as we talk about the perfect business and developing residual income, what good does it do if you don't pick the right company? Well, with the company we're talking about tonight, Isagenix, you were in the right place at the right time. And I'll go into a few of the stats, but I'd love to get you offline, or at the end if you got some questions, I'll answer any question you've got, because I'm telling you, Isagenix is poised for absolute greatness. Here's the vision of our company. It's to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. Now, you notice in that vision statement, it doesn't say the largest network marketing health and wellness company in the world. It just says the largest health and wellness company in the world. And that is the vision of the Cougars. That would put us at about $70 to $80 billion a year range. I think Johnson & Johnson currently holds that peak position as #1. So that's our target. It's not surpassing the Amways and the Herbalifes of the world, which we will do. It is becoming #1 in the world, period. And that's great to be part of a company that has that kind of vision. Now, it may not happen in Jim and Kathy Cooper's lifetime, but they've created this business to be sustainable and long-term, to where if it's not Eric, their son's lifetime, it could be their child. But someday, our vision is soundly to be #1 in the world in health and wellness. And we do that because the company is built on integrity. This is a picture of the corporate office in Gilbert, Arizona. It's right outside of Phoenix, Arizona. Beautiful, beautiful corporate office. If you're ever in the area to get the chance to go by and take a tour, it is amazing, very wonderful. And so a lot of people ask, well, why Isagenix? Why is the timing so good? Well, with our company, nearly 300 people have earned $1 million or more. And again, at the very end of our conversation, I'm going to go to a few more stats that will even give you more credibility to this fact, but it's amazing. Over the 16 years, the company has steadily grown year after year after year, and last year just did under $1 billion. And I don't know what the target is for this year, but last I heard, they're on a target to do $1.2 billion this year. So very, very exciting times. What's really cool is in the next 3 years, the company is projected to double. So what took them 16 years to do, build a $1 billion year company, they're projected to double that in the next year. Now, if you go back to history and look at other companies that have gone through hyper momentum, lots of people make lots of money when these companies do that. There's not many of them, by the way. But Isagenix is poised to be one of those legacy companies that experiences hyper momentum, and that has not happened yet. 16 years, a very, very solid foundation has been built. This company is about to go into hyper momentum. Millions of lives have been impacted. One of the things I love about this business is seeing lives and people's transformed lives. Health first, and then finances for those who choose to build a business. The company is privately held, responsibly run, with no operational debt. And those are all key important factors when looking at the right business. Now, this is called the disclaimer. We're going to disclaim some of the product testimonies you're going to hear because everybody's different. Your results may be better, may be worse. The testimony I gave you in my personal experience, those are my results. And I swear by them, they're the truth. But my results don't mean you're going to get the same results. I'll tell you another thing. Thanksgiving, I don't know about you, but I didn't worry about what I ate. I mean, I ate what I wanted to eat. I ate more dessert than I normally eat. I just did because I knew I had a solution for it afterwards. And that was the Isagenix 2-day cleanse. And so in the last 2 days, I was able to release 7 pounds. And when you hear the word cleanse, the first thing I thought of when I heard that word was a colonoscopy type cleanse. It's nothing like that. It's a cellular level cleanse. It gets those toxins out of your body. And when the toxins are gone, the fat's looking around for toxins to protect you. So the fat will surround those toxins. Well, when the toxins are gone, the fat goes too. And literally, I saw my body melt back down 7 pounds over the last 2 days with a simple 2-day Isagenix cleanse. Amazing nutritional, healthy cleanse. But like I said, everybody's results are different. Christy, who's on the line tonight, her husband, he shed 11 pounds in the last couple of days doing the same thing. And some people are much less. It varies by person, is what I'm telling you. But we'll get to some of the average results in a minute. And then also in this paragraph, they talk about income and finances. Again, the compensation plan, the opportunity is the same for all of us. How you apply yourself and how hard you work and the way you plug in the system, there's a lot of variables that will determine your success. And so you want to go to isagenixbusiness.net, I believe it is. isagenixearnings.com, I'm sorry, isagenixearnings.com, and you can see the income disclosure. We always do this part of the presentation because we are a company of integrity, and we want people to know that the weight loss and the healthy alternatives here are the most phenomenal products you're ever going to see. And you're going to hear some great testimonies. But literally, we are all different. And so that's important to realize that some people get results faster than others. I will tell you this. In the over 1,200 people we've added to our team in a year and a half, I've not had one single person tell me they were not satisfied with the products that tried them. I had a couple people that ordered a box and just didn't even open the box. They were not satisfied. But other than that, it's been 100% satisfied customers. That is incredible in and of itself. So what are we talking about? I talked most about weight loss solutions in my own story and a little bit about performance, but it's really all these categories here. Isagenix offers solutions for weight wellness, for performance, for what I used to call healthy aging, but we now call vitality and well-being, and personal care and beauty. And then that 5th category on the far right is another one I'm really excited about. It's financial wellness. You could have great health, but if you have no money, obviously you've got to choose between health and wellness and wealth. You're going to choose the health and wellness, obviously, because you can always get more wealth. You can't always get more health. And so Isagenix offers you the opportunity to have both. So why not have both? Now, I'm not going to try to talk to you about all of the Isagenix products tonight, but I do want to hit on some of the highlights. This is called the Isagenix Nutrition. It's balanced meals and snacks. It's protein, carbs, fat, fiber, everything you need for a healthy meal. But it's low calorie and high nutrition. Exactly the formula for losing body fat. You've got your vitamins, your minerals. It's got all the things you need. Now, I was talking about the nutritional cleanse earlier. That's that intermittent fasting there. And that's what Isagenix has been way ahead of its time. Now that's a really popular term. But back when Isagenix started it 16 years ago, hardly anybody had heard about intermittent fasting. Well, Isagenix was one of the innovators of that. Then you got targeted nutritional support, which we'll get to in just a minute. Our goal is helping anyone achieve and execute good nutrition. That's what Isagenix is all about. And as I mentioned earlier, we are backed by science. So I talked about my results and normal results. Here's a study comparing the Isagenix weight loss system to the heart healthy diet. And the heart healthy diet is one of the most rigorous diets out there. So it's not like we're comparing to somebody laying around on a couch. We're comparing the Isagenix weight loss system to the heart healthy diet. Look at these results. The scientist who did this study was a third-party scientist. He was not employed or hired by Isagenix. He was paid by Isagenix, but he was not an employee. He had the right to publish whatever results he found, good or bad. Look at these results. 56% more weight loss with the Isagenix weight loss system as compared to the heart healthy diet. 47% more fat loss. And then twice as much visceral fat loss. That's the unhealthy fat that's around your organs. Amazing results. And our products are absolutely backed by science. Now, I have asked 3 special ladies to share their story tonight. And if you've got an advertisement that tonight was going to be the athletic presentation, that was last Monday, give the person who invited you. We got a recording of that. We had a couple of guys who were really into the performance aspect, and we had an emphasis on that. This time, I want these ladies. They each have a different story. They each had different results. I'm going to start with Pam Benjamin. We'll go right across from left to right, and then Sheila, and then Cyndy on the far right. But if you 3 ladies, Pam, if you'd start, just share your story real quickly with our guests. Don't rush too fast because I want them to hear the essence of how this has transformed your life. So, Pam, you're up.
Absolutely. About a year and a half ago, I had a conversation with Chuck. And at that point, to be honest with you, about 8 years prior to that, I had gained suddenly, in my view, about 20 pounds after being able to be very successful at controlling my weight. All of a sudden, none of my old tricks in my toolbox worked anymore. And when I talked to Chuck, I would say that I was probably a hopeful skeptic because I had pretty much resigned myself to being a fluffy grandma. I mean, an extra 20 pounds on someone that's barely 5 feet tall is pretty traumatic. But I was starting to get resigned to the fact that I was just going to be that way. But lo and behold, I did try the Isagenix products, and they're delicious for one thing, so they're very easy to take, to eat. And within a very short period of time, those 20 pounds were just gone. I was a very happy camper, and the best part, or at least one of the real advantages here, is obviously we all just got over with Turkey Day. Obviously, Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks, and I had lots to be thankful for, so I tended to gobble until I wobbled through Thanksgiving Day as well as Thanksgiving the leftovers. But knowing that now that I've resumed my Isagenix lifestyle, the evidence of all of my Thanksgiving indulgences are going to be gone within a couple of days. So it's wonderful. I'm healthy. I'm back down 4 sizes. I'm a happy camper, and I advise everybody to do this. It's good for you. It's delicious, and you'll be the healthier for it.
Thank you, Pam. Great job. Sheila, you're up next. I look forward to hearing your story. This is another great story, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
You're good.
Hi, all right. I hope I'm looking at the right camera.
You are.
My name is Sheila, and I started using Isagenix in April of this year. And like Pam, I am just barely 5 foot, and I had about 20 pounds that I needed to release. And where I was in my life was I was exercising like crazy. I was doing a lot of cardio, I was doing a lot of weightlifting, and I was feeling really burnt out. So I had a friend call me, and she asked if I had ever tried Isagenix, and I hadn't. I knew a couple people who were doing it, but I was not into it at all, the first few people that asked me, and she asked me just at the right time. And I'm so glad that I tried it because I bought my system, and I stuck with it the 30 days, and I thought, okay, then I'll learn how to eat. And, I've gone through that cycle, I don't know how many times. But I still, every single day, have at least 1 shake if I'm not in a weight kind of loss mode. And I have 2 shakes if I am, like this past weekend, where I have to also get rid of, all of the partying that I did. All the turkey and all the wine that I could find. So I have changed a lot. I don't do crazy exercise anymore. I decided that I need to give my body some grace and some rest. So I practice yoga, and it's really helped me to just be mindful about food, because food has a lot of emotion in it for everyone. But for me, it was about feeding my family and sitting with my family, and I didn't want to lose that. So I work it out. Like today, my husband was off and I was off. So we went out for breakfast together, and then I had my shakes for my other 2 meals. If I have a special dinner on Sunday with my family, you know, it's that meal in the middle of the day. So the products, Chuck, I don't know, you want me to talk about some products? There's
Yeah, please share just your favorite couple products.
okay, so my favorite product is the Cleanse for Life. It tastes amazing. My favorite shake is the chocolate mint. 24 grams of protein, I think, keeps me full throughout the day. I also use the protein bars as a meal sometimes, because sometimes I just feel like biting on something. So I'll replace my shake with one of the Isagenix bars. And I use the Isagenix vitamins twice a day. That was hard to get used to for me, because I wasn't a supplement girl. The only time I ever took vitamins was when I was pregnant. I took prenatal vitamins. So there's like 5 vitamins in the morning and 5 at night, and you know, that was a lot for me to just get into a routine. But I gotta tell you, within days I was sleeping better. They're specifically designed for women. I was just ending kind of some hot flashing, and that totally ended. So I love it. I love it. And you know, I had someone I spoke to today, and she was done with her first 30 days. And she said, I've started to just eat more, and I'm really being good, and I'm really watching what I'm eating, and this and that and the other thing. And she said, I know that I can't be on this the rest of my life. And I said, why? I said, this is not a diet. I said, this is not a diet. This is the most amount of nutrition for the least amount of calories. And of course you can eat when you get to your goal. I told her, usually I wait till you're about halfway to your goal, and then we start talking about meal planning and all of that kind of stuff. But, you know, she needs to do what she needs to do. So I'm going to be here for her no matter what. But that's basically my story as a, you know, person who's sharing the business and a person whose life has been changed.
Sheila, you've got a great transformation story. You got a great heart. If you don't mind telling people, what do you do professionally for a living outside of Isagenix?
Oh, I'm a therapist in private practice.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's shift gears and go to St. Louis, Missouri, where I think Cyndy Bartlett is on the line. Cyndy, I love hearing your story too. So tell us what's going on in your life and your family.
Hi, Chuck. Before Isagenix, I started Isagenix in March of this year. And prior to that, I had fought debilitating fatigue. Unbeknownst to me, I was dealing with the autoimmune thyroid disorder, Hashimoto's. And it took me 3 years to get diagnosed. I was dealing with depression, fatigue, weight gain, inability to lose weight. I had tried in my lifetime every possible diet. I was to the point where I was not willing to go on another diet. They had all failed me, and I had ended up much worse off than where I was when I had began them. So I was in a very, very low place in my life, and not happy with much my relationships with my children, my husband, my coworkers. Everything was strained just because I felt awful, not only physically, mentally, and I was at a loss of what to do. It wasn't until March that my mom's husband reached out to me. It was during a free enrollment period, and I had heard him talking about Isagenix, but I I really just like relished in his accomplishments that he is, he had with it. He had beat some fatigue that he was experiencing. He was a very hard worker, was reaching retirement, and no longer had to come home from work and take a nap because of the energy he was feeling. So when he reached out to me for the free membership, I said yes. If it gave me a year at 25% off, I was in. But I really wasn't interested in buying anything at the point. My husband had just lost his job after being with the company for 10 years. So I really wasn't in a position to invest in another program per se is what my mindset was. So unbeknownst to me, 2 days later, a box shows up at my door, and I was blessed with a 30-day pack. I was somewhat overwhelmed with what was in the box with the protein shakes, and that was my mindset again, as I received protein shakes, and I wasn't sure what to expect with the cleanse. And some of my dietary restrictions following the Hashimoto's diagnosis was I had to be dairy free, soy free, and gluten free. So I was pretty skeptical on how the shakes would even taste. And I had looked up, and there were only two flavors of shakes. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be good with only two options to choose from: vanilla chai or chocolate. And I couldn't imagine vanilla chai as a shake flavor. And that has ended up being my absolute favorite. I at least have one shake a day. But after about 7 to 10 days of being on the Isagenix system, I started noticing I was getting out of bed easier. I was much more focused at work. I had the energy to come home from work and visit with my family. I wasn't coming home from work just to go lay down on the sofa or go to bed early in the evening before dinner dishes were even cleaned up. So about day 10 is whenever my husband noticed it and, commented that I was, actually sitting in the kitchen visiting with everyone, and I wasn't in bed early or already. So that kind of sparked his interest a little bit. He was still very skeptical, but since I hadn't paid for anything, with him being unemployed, he really didn't have any room for some rebuttal. So he just had to sit back and really watch what was happening. About day 14 is whenever I noticed I was starting to lose weight, which was astounding to me because I had tried everything and it didn't matter how well I ate or how bad I ate. My weight would not budge. So it was, about a month and a half after I had been on the program, my husband and I, we were in the car together, and I started sharing with him about Isagenix, and he couldn't go anywhere. We were going 70 miles per hour down the highway, and he just had to listen. So I started playing some podcasts and some videos on YouTube from the Cougars, and he was an athlete in high school. He had a mindset of calories in, calories out, and replacing meals was not something that he would even consider. But when he heard about the compensation plan, he was very, very interested. So his interest sparked from the compensation plan. My interest sparked from how well I was feeling and how much different my life was starting to be in such a short amount of time. So once my husband decided, that evening, actually, from him listening to the podcast and the videos, he came home and he became a customer. Once he started seeing the results, he found a job within 6 weeks of being unemployed. So, but his job now is he gets up at 2:00 in the morning and he's home by noon. So his whole routine was completely turned upside down. And those of you who work night shifts, it's very difficult to lose weight. And we both had a substantial amount of weight to lose. So we were about a month into it when we signed up for our Isabody challenge, and we did it together. And we transformed not only just by losing weight and inches, but we transformed as a family and as a couple. The whole dynamics of our family has changed so much for the better. We have a 19-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter, and just the activities that we're able to do with them is amazing. We love just going out on adventures with them or just hanging out with them, and that's not something that I could do before Isagenix. But as a family, as of last month, we had lost 193 pounds. So thanks, Chuck. So my husband, at first I was really disappointed that my husband was going to be reaching the 100-pound club before me, and I was I was ticked, actually, to be honest. I was ticked off that he would be getting to that goal and without me. And I'm like, if he's going to get to that goal and he's going to walk across that stage, I better be right there next to him. But then I realized I don't want to share my spotlight, and I won't have to, because he's going to reach that well before me, and I'm doing it in my own time. And I'm developing my own path, and I'm learning so much about myself and how my body works whenever it is properly fed with this nutrition. And I just spoke to a young lady who is training in New York for acting, and just sharing with her about the nutrition, I was thinking to myself how much I have grown as an individual from this company. And it's not just as a product user, but as a team, and how we all work together, and the knowledge that's out there that we share with each other. I learn something every time I hear somebody talk about a product that I think I know enough about because I've used it and I know how I feel. But these calls are essential to my success personally and professionally in this business. So that's my story. Thank you, Chuck.
All right, great job. I want to make sure I was unmuted. I am. Okay. Phenomenal job, ladies. I appreciate it very much. And Cyndy, I got to tell you, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my wife and I were driving somewhere, and we got your text about how this business, this product had given you your life back. And it really, we knew this was our home for life before that text, but when we got that text from you, we knew we'd found what we want to do the rest of our lives as far as a business goes, because this allows us to help people get their life back, just like you did. And that's so amazing. So if you're still following me on the screen, you should see a screen that says for more information on Isagenix products, science, nutrition, health, go to isagenixhealth.net. A wealth of information there for you to get specific questions and clinical research, all kinds of great stuff there. I'm going to wrap up our call just talking about the compensation for just a minute, because, you know, I think everybody wants to know how to get their products for free. Everybody I know likes a good deal, and they also like to know how to get their products for free. Well, you can do that by simply referring a few other people, and the company pays out some phenomenal referral bonuses. They call them product introduction bonuses, but I just call them referral bonuses. You refer a new customer, that new customer uses your ID to sign up as a new customer, and you get paid a referral bonus as long as they buy one of our packs. We have all kinds of great payments. We got the daily, weekly, and monthly. This is what we call the you share, they share. And there's lots of ways to get paid with Isagenix, but we try to keep everything very simple. And so this is just a little example how you can get all your money back plus some, depending on what pack you come in with, obviously. I'm going to use the value pack as an example here. At the end of my call, in just a few minutes, I'll tell you the difference between the different packs, and you can get with the person who invited you and determine which pack's best for you. But in my opinion, the value pack is by far the best pack to come in with. It's going to give you the best value for your money. It really is. I know the company wants you to buy the value pack because they put so much into it that it's kind of a no-brainer if you compare the different packs. So let's just say you bring in 2 new customers. That's the you share. You bring in 2 new customers, and let's say you do it within the same business week, because the company's got a crazy promotion. It's called the double product introduction bonus. If you bring 2 customers in the same week, they double your normal referral bonus, which is called the product introduction bonus. So it's double product introduction bonus. So let's say you bring 2 people in with the value pack. 2 customers. Now, again, you and they, the product's 100% money back guarantee, so there's no risk here. They come in. You would have earned $400 just by introducing 2 people with value packs if they came in the same week. $400. And you put one of those customers on your right team and one on your left. Don't worry if that doesn't mean anything to you yet. The person who is helping you will help you do that. But one right, one left customers, that makes you what we call a consultant. It's the first rank advancement. The company pays you a $50 bonus for that. So with just 2 new customers, both buying value packs, that's $450 earned by you. That's amazing. The value pack's only $585 or $589 at full wholesale price. So that's pretty cool. Then if your customers decide, hey, I want to make $400, $500 too, and so they become affiliates. By the way, there's no cost to become an affiliate. You transfer from a customer to affiliate simply by going to your back office, fill out a little form, and voila, you're free. You're an affiliate now. And instead of earning product introduction vouchers that you can use for future purchases from Isagenix, now as an associate, the company starts paying you cash on a debit card. And so you help your 2 customers become associates. You help your 2 associates get 2 customers each. They now rank advanced to consultant. And the company says, hey, great job. For that, we're going to pay you $100 each. So for every person you help become a consultant that you personally enroll, for your first 20, the company pays you a $100 bonus. So that's like $2,000 the company just has sitting out there waiting to pay you for helping 20 people become consultants. Now, you don't have to do that. You can just use the product and not tell anybody if you want. But when you get great results like Cindy and Sam and Sheila and Pam, people are going to ask you, what are you doing? And they're going to want it. So it's not selling. It's just simply sharing. It really is. So in this simple example right here, which is you share, they share, not counting the cycle bonuses or anything else, just those few bonuses I talked to you about, you will have net $650. But the company says, no, that's not enough. If you do this in your first 60 days, you're what we call a crystal manager, not just a manager, a crystal manager, and the company's going to give you an extra $250 bonus. So you get 60 days from the time you become an associate to become a manager, which is simply helping 2 people become consultants. They can both be on the right team, both be on the left team. That doesn't matter. You become a manager in 60 days, that's another $250 bonus. All the bonus I just talked about, that's $650 plus $250, that's $900. So you completely paid for your value pack yourself and pretty much whatever you want to order the next month, up to $300 worth of product paid for simply by you share, they share within your first 60 days with the 2 people you personally enrolled getting value packs in the same business week. That's the you share, they share. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of this phenomenal compensation plan, but I will tell you this. This is where the rubber meets the road right here. It's the power of 2. Every one of us has only 2 teams to build in this company. And we have people helping us build these teams. So it's not your own individual effort. It's a team effort. Team 1, team 2, team A, team B. We call it focus team and team leg. Those are your 2 legs here. As you build these 2 teams, as people order anything and everything from Isagenix, everything has a business volume, a point value. As you get 600 points on one side and 300 points on the other side, your 2 teams, doesn't matter which side does what, every time you hit 600 and 300 combination, you earn a $54 cycle bonus. Now that's very, very exciting. While we've been talking on this call right here, 30 minutes, there are some people who are on this call who have cycled. So while they're doing this, they're making money. While you're sleeping, they're making money. That's very, very exciting. Now, again, this does not happen overnight, but over time, as you build these 2 teams, you get to where you have a lot of customers on each team. As they buy product every day, every week, every month, that creates what's called residual income. And what's really cool about this, if you look at the screen there, 2 teams is all. Not 4, not 6, not 8, not 10, not 12. 2 teams, 1 right, 1 left. That's it. Everybody you personally introduce to this goes on either your right team or your left team. So it's people helping people helping people. You actually get credit for the volume of everybody who's placed under you. Everybody comes in after you that's enrolled by the same person that they're putting on that side of your business counts for you the rest of their career. So there is a timing issue here. If somebody invited you to this call, they're probably talking to more people than just you. You want to secure your real estate. You want to secure your position on their tree as fast as possible because more than likely the next person they enroll is going to fall right under you and you will get credit for all of that person's volume the rest of that person's career. Well, let's say that person is a superstar like a CC president or so many others you want to call, V. Shaw. There's a lot of them out there. Shouldn't start calling names. But say one of those people fall on your team. Do you realize that if they build a team of 10,000 customers, all 10,000 of those customers are on your team too? That, ladies and gentlemen, is super exciting, and it can happen to everybody listening to my call. Because it doesn't really matter who you know. It's always who they know anyway. And so you share this with some people, they get started. They share with some people, they get started. They share with some people. All of a sudden, your business now is going international. This pay plan pays down through infinity and international. Now, you do have to pay a small $49 annual fee for international volume, but that's a small price to pay to have an international global business. You don't have to pay that if you don't want to, but if you want credit for the international volume that more than likely will occur in one year or both your teams, you do need to go into your back office and pay a $49 annual fee. So, does it work? Well, the proof is in the pudding. This is a great slide that I like to show that does work. 27 people last year earned over $1 million with Isagenix. And I'm not going to go through all the stats. If you know how to print screen, print the screen. It's right there for you. But 27 people earned over $1 million last year. I want to put that in perspective for you. Isagenix is only 16 years old. Got another great slide for you. Just saw this today. Herb and Patty Cepeda put it out there. And I saw it. It was amazing. And again, I'm going to give you a minute if you know how to print the screen. I told you at the beginning of the call, you don't have to be rocket science or the sharpest knife in the drawer to do this. Look at these numbers. $171 billion sales worldwide through the network marketing industry. There's 500 people in the entire industry that earned a seven-figure income, which I think is pretty outstanding in and of itself. But then look at that compared to Isagenix. Isagenix did a great number, $924 million. $924 million. Think about what that is in perspective to the $171 billion. It's a very, very small percentage. But look at that. Of the 500 people in the entire world doing network marketing that made $1 million a year or more, 29 of them of the 500 are with Isagenix. Ladies and gentlemen, if that alone doesn't convince you that this company shares its money better than any other company out there, I don't know what will. And the other numbers is just similar data that help back that up. It's absolutely amazing what we have here with Isagenix. So as I wrap up, I think this is my last slide. Well, I got one more after this. But what system works best for you? The ultimate pack is the one on the far left. That is by far the best pack if you're coming in this as a business builder and you want to build this business, because it's going to give you a lot of the different products. We call it the family pack also. You're going to have enough product for 2 people basically and some samples to give out. It's going to allow you the opportunity to try a bunch of different stuff that Isagenix has available. It is by far the best pack if you're coming in this to build the business. If you're coming in as a customer, by far the best one is the value pack. I mentioned that earlier. The value pack is the best value for your money. You're going to get the most bang for your buck in that value pack. And then the 30-day premium pack is the next one over to the right. And then you get the bare bones on the far right, which is a good pack. It's going to give you the bare essentials of what you need to have a good experience. But as you go from right to left, the packs get better and better and more value to you, the consumer. So again, I put it on 2 slides now to make the print a little bigger. People were telling me the print was so small before they couldn't read it. But with the 3 packs on the left, the premium, the value, and the ultimate pack, those all include the membership fee. And there's just more and more perks as you buy the bigger packs. So I end with this slide here. If not this, then when? Then what? And if not this, then when? Well, I really butchered that too. I had an e-shot right before the call, and it's got me very hyper and excited. This has been a great day. If not this, then what? If not now, then when? And I've had a few people tell me, well, I want to wait till after Christmas. I want to wait till after New Year's to get started. And I tell them, great, I'll call you then. But why not get started now and go ahead and lose 2-3 dress sizes over the next 3-4 weeks? Get into those outfits that you couldn't get into last Christmas or this Christmas if you don't do something different. Now is the time to start your experience, your transformation. You can have an amazing transformation now or in a month from now, but why wait? We're talking about your health here. What's that worth to you? And so the last slide I will show you is this one here. It's financial wellness. I already showed you the numbers. There's a lot of people making a lot of money with Isagenix, and there's a lot of people just making money to pay for their products. Wherever you fall, that's fine. There's no pressure here. You achieve what you want to achieve. However big your dreams are, you can achieve them here. We are part of the Cepeda family. This family here, led by Herb and Patty Cepeda, is leading the way in Isagenix and leading the way in network marketing. They literally are the poster family of the Isagenix wealth opportunity. Last year, they went across stage having earned like $2.5 million in 1 year. They've earned over $20 million in the short 10 years they've been with Isagenix. They're an absolutely amazing family. They're not doing this for the money anymore. They were in the beginning. They had bills to pay just like all of us, but now it's way beyond that. Now they're doing it so they can share the freedom they've enjoyed with others. And so that's it for our regular call. Let me stop this recording. And I got a few announcements for those of you that are part of Isagenix. As I close the recording, please get back with the person to invite you. Get yourself an account set up and let them help coach you on the path that's going to be best for you. That comes at no extra charge. We will coach you, mentor you, and plug you in a system of people that want to see you succeed.